Hey, what's up everybody? Hey, on this short video, we're going to change the oil on a 2005 Honda CRV. Has a 2.4 V-Tec engine, and for the oil, it's 520. Yep, 5W20, and I do believe the manual says with the changing of the oil filter, it takes 4.44 quarts. So basically 4.5 quarts of oil with the filter. Without changing the filter, it's 4.25 roughly, I do believe. Check your owner's manual, but that's I do believe what I read. So I am not going to be using the car lifts that we installed in another video, because for an oil change, let me see if I show you. I have a pit. I could just walk down the stairs. I took the grates off. I could walk down the stairs and I could just reach up underneath there. So one of the main reasons I bought this property, because it had the pit in there. So the lifts, let me back over here a little bit so you can see it better. The lifts are, I'm just going to use more to change the brakes or rotate the tires. So it's a lot safer working on the ground, on the concrete ground. So and I don't want to have to lay down. Even if I put it on the lift, I'd have to go underneath the car and squat down. So this way I could just stand up, go underneath there, reach my hand up in there and disconnect the filter. So you need a 17mm socket or box wrench to get the drain plug off the oil pan, and hopefully the oil filter is not going to be that tight. So I should be able to just get it. I have my rubber gloves on here from Harbor Freight, so I'll try to keep the grease out of my fingernails, possibly. I'm getting sick of having nasty hands and putting all the chemicals on them, trying to clean them. So, but we're gonna try putting the gloves on. We'll change the filter first, and then we'll drain the oil. That way I'm not dripping all over the place twice, and the filter's way up inside. So I'll see you underneath the car. Like I said, 2005 Honda CRV. See you on the other side. So here's what it looks like in the pit. I don't have all the grates off. I have another six feet of grates that I could take off if I had to work down that end. I just took the first two off. I just gotta make sure I don't hit my head, because this is solid steel. So come this way. Here's the oil pan. Here's the stairs to get down. Right there. It's one of the main selling points of this house for me. So I'm gonna before I put my gloves on, I'll show you. This is gonna be the oil pan. Very simple. That's why I'm gonna wait till last to do this. The oil filter is up there. I have a headlamp on, so I'm gonna try to prop the camera somewhere. I don't think you're gonna be able to see it too much, but it is right up above. See the axle right there? It's right up above the axle. Plenty of room to get your hand in there, so I'm just gonna dry it all off first with a paper towel. Make sure it's not as slippery as needed. That way I can try to get it without putting a wrench on it. All right, so let me set the camera up, and I'm gonna, I have my drip pans also. So let me set it all up, and then we will get the oil filter out. There's the oil filter right there. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. And it is tight. There it comes. Okay. One thing you want to make sure of in here is the old gasket came off. Should be right here. And it is off. It's on the other filter. So I wiped that off there. I oil up the new gasket. That's it for the filter. So the filter was up in that area there. The oil drains down the oil pan, and I had the pan right here. I don't know if you can see that in the camera, but the oil drained down here. And so what I did was I just put some paper towels here just so it didn't spread out through the entire frame. And that was it. So now it's all cleaned off. Get ready to drain the oil. And that one, 17 millimeter. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. Got my oil pan. Here's the filter, the old filter. Got the oil pan. Try to do it without dropping it in there. This is an aftermarket drain plug. The previous owner panicked that they took it to stripped the drain plug. So this is one of those self-tapping ones or something like that that they put in. So it's definitely messier to get out. There we go. Pure black gold. Look how dark that is. Car has 290,000 miles on it. Burns about a quart of oil a month. So it's not bad. Depending on how many miles you drive, obviously. I forgot to put my board here. I have a board that sits on the shelf here so I don't have to hold this. But I forgot to put it up. So now I'm stuck holding it. Hopefully it doesn't go all over the place. It's like holding a pencil out. It gets heavy after time. You can see this drain plug. It has slits in it. That's because I guess this was stripped, and you buy a one size larger one or something like that, and it retaps it. But you definitely get messier with them. Let me put this back in for a second here. Like I said, these are definitely messier than a normal drain plug. Let's put this up here for a second. I want to let that drain out for a little while. I'm gonna have my board here. So now I have my boards set right here. I'll show you in a minute. Let me get this draining again. Like that. And now I can take the plug back out. Paper towels. Got my paper towels there. Probably when you wear gloves, when it's so humid out, they just fill up with water, sweat. All right, let me show you the pit. So here are the two 2x4s I put across on the shelf here, so that way I don't have to hold the oil pan the whole time. I could just let it sit here and drip right there. It's just dripping out. So here's the pit, and what I do is I have about 1 inch of cardboard on the bottom. It's all concrete, no drain, no nothing. It's just solid. So what I do is I line the whole bottom with cardboard, so that way if any oil drips down here, it absorbs in the cardboard and I can take it out. Those are all empty. This is where I keep my empty pails, actually. So That way, and a lot of this is just residual from falling down through the grate, from moisture. So I always collect my oil in pans, and I actually have someone who has an oil heater that takes it. Hydraulic oil, engine oil. So, but this is a good part about having a pit. Is like I am literally just sitting on a set of stairs right now. They're kind of dirty and dusty because I parked my mower over it. That's why all the dirt is in here. And obviously it has a grate, so it's not airtight. But it makes it so much easier for doing extended work, and it's safe. You don't have to worry about the car falling. Oil's almost done. You can see it's just starting to drip out right there. Slow down. But yeah, I wanted to show you the pit. Back in the old days, they used to put drains in the bottom, and idiots used to drain their oil or antifreeze or something right down into Mother Nature. Don't do that. Don't do that. Every place takes oil for free. You could bring all your used oil to where you buy new oil. O'Reilly's, AutoZone, they all have oil recovery system. Take it there, let them dispose of it the right way. Or find someone who has an oil heater, like a mechanic's garage, a big commercial mechanic's garage. A lot of times they have it. So don't pour it in the ground. But anyways, so this is my pit. And then, like I said, we installed the lift on the side. So that way when I'm doing brakes, I could just lift the car up. And then the car will be airborne, and I could do the brakes or rotate the tires. Or if I had to do some major work on there, so I could actually just lift the car up a couple inches and still go underneath the pit and still feel safe, because the car, if it did fall off the lift, it can't come in the pit because I would only lift it up a few inches anyways. All right, so let's put the drain plug in and get this oil change done. As you can see, I took my glove off. I can't work with gloves. Cannot do it. I took a paper towel. I cleaned the drain plug best I could. Now this is still dripping, so I'm going to wipe it. Make sure there's no dirt. Put the drain plug back in, get it started with the pan still there. Slide this to the side. Snug, not tight. Previous owner already had it, the mechanic stripped it. Wipe it off. Let's get rid of this before this ends up on the floor. Get rid of the boards. They just stay in here on the floor. Give it a once over. See, if I didn't put paper towels here, all that oil would still be dripping down, making a bigger mess than it needs to be. This car has enough oil leaks. I don't need to make any more. All right, we are done down here. Let's go up top and fill it up with 4.4 quarts of 520. Do this without falling in the pit. So I've got a clean funnel. My paper towels. It says right on the oil cap what kind of oil to use. Right there, 520. Take the dipstick out, clean that off. My clean funnel, stick that there. 520, O'Reilly brand, high mileage. Car has 290,000 miles on it. Made in USA, right there. So this holds 5 quarts. So we need basically 4.5 quarts. So we'll put 4 quarts in, and then it should be a half quart low. The filter takes 1/4 of a quart. So the quarts are on this side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So right now I got 1, 2, 3 in. So there's 2 left in here. I got to bring it down to this line. It's a little more. It's right there. So now let's check it. Let's give it a second. Let it work its way down. Always start with a clean dipstick. Clean oil is very hard to tell, to read it on dipstick. That's why they put those holes there. As long as it's in between the holes, you're good. But we got to fill up the filter still, so we are right there. So we're still low, obviously, because the filter is empty. So what we're going to do, let's start the car up. Let it run for 10 seconds, 20 seconds. So that should just be enough just to fill up that filter. Now it should be a half quart low. It probably won't even be on the dipstick. Let's see. Yep. See, now it's way down here. So if I put a half quart in, it'll bring it right to the safe zone. There it is, right there, half quart left. So since this car burns oil and has a few little leaks, once a week we check the oil in it. So I'll just throw that in the back with the funnel. I'll throw it in the back of the car, and then we'll just have oil with us. All right. So I'm gonna fill up the windshield washer fluid while I have the hood open, which is right here. Okay, I'm pretty much done up top. Let's go down and make sure we don't have any more leaks. One thing when you have a pit, you got to be careful you don't accidentally walk down the pit. All right, so we ran it a little bit. Drain plug is dry as it was before. I don't see any oil pouring out from up there. No fresh oil drains, drips down here. So we are good to go. Oil filter, oil change, and filter done. Now we gotta back it out and pick up the tools.